Hey, RoKStars, how's everyone going? I couldn't help it. Showing that YouTube video probably got the stream demonetized because I'm copying someone else's content. I don't know. But then I couldn't help it. And you guys guessed it right. I mean, I don't know whether we played like Brazil, but it kind of felt like it. Let's have a look at the map and let's see whether our comment kind of sounds good. So we held up for one day at the middle. That's how the map looks like. So one day is like the one goal from Brazil. And for the next 7 days, Germany or OneV is kind of going to hold the whole zone here, right? So unlike the Brazil-Germany match, this is not over. Thank God we have other zones we can fight in, but the humiliation, the embarrassment, however you want to put it, that's how it kind of felt like. In the end, Brazil is the only 5-type champion. That's right. So we can come back. I mean, in the end, I mean, in a way, 1v1, more KvKs, more, what's it called, Osiris League, however you want to put it. But then I don't think that was the end of 1556. I'm pretty sure we're gonna fight in the next zones better. And who best to find out about that from other than the supreme leader of 1556, Fo. So I meant to give Fo a call in, say, 4 minutes time. So I told him 5 minutes past 14 UTC, I'm gonna give him a call. I reminded him half an hour ago as well. So he should be coming up anytime now. So just a couple minutes for us to get ready. Bye Z. Hello. Hey man, how are you going? Guys, I missed quite a lot of the chat because I was actually watching the match as well. I probably should have been reading the chat, but then you guys sensed it right, as in why we watched it and how we feel in a way. There's nothing much going on, so I kept my Saturday afternoon free, and that was to do with I was hoping there's going to be fighting, there's going to be streaming, but there's none of that now. And it was probably a good call for us to pull out of the zone because we were kind of not going anywhere. We clearly lost the zone. In terms of why we think we lost the zone, I have quite a few theories, and there's quite a lot that I heard from chat as well. And those are the things we're going to discuss with Baba. I mean, not Baba, I just saw Baba on the chat. Hey, Baba, how you going, man? Thank you for dropping by. So we are going to give Fo a call now and then see if he's free, and then we're gonna we're gonna get his opinion. And then if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, Tigo, just subscribe. Tigo, thank you for your subscription. Sork, just subscribe. Thank you for your sub, man. So we're gonna ask questions in terms of what Fo thinks, what's his plan, where does he think it went wrong, and then at the same time, you guys can obviously ask questions in the chat as well, and I'll read it out to him. I don't think he's watching the stream. I think he's just going to be on voice, but we'll see how it goes. So let me see. Now, let me give him a call and see how it goes. Now, I have to tell you guys this. This is the first time we're having someone live on stream. Previously, we did videos with a few different players, but this is the first time we're doing it on live chat. So you guys got to help me out in terms of whether everything is working fine or not, as in whether you can hear everyone's voice and everything. So let me check if I got this right. Hey, Fo, can you hear me, man? Okay. All right, let's check with chat and see whether chat can hear us. Guys, can you hear Fo clearly? Chat, need your answer. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear Fo? And if the volume is right as well, as in if you can hear both of us properly. Chat. You muted Discord. Cannot hear for. Only you. We can only hear Ladus. All right, for. Let me see. Background sound in OBS. Okay, so let me see. I can hear you clearly. So it's to do with my setting. Now, the other day, I tested it with the daughter and it worked fine. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong now. Let me just see if there's anything I can fix here. So I did the exact same thing and it worked fine. My Discord is frozen. Why is Discord frozen? So I'm gonna give you a call back. I think my Discord is frozen, so I'm gonna close and call you back. All right, guys, Discord decided to go frozen. Before the stream, I checked with the daughter just to make sure, as in trying to talk with the daughter, just trying to make sure everything works smoothly. But then now, obviously, this has to happen. Let's see whether we can call for again and see how it goes. Okay, start call. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Guys, can you can you hear for now? I think I changed the setting where it was going wrong. Can you hear for? Type something in chat, guys. No? Oh my god. No, they can't. Okay, let's see. All right, do you want to say something? For? Guys, did you hear the voice from Fo or not yet? Yes, no? No, still no. Bye Z, make sure both OBS and Discord have the same audio output. I thought I did that. All right, I think there's one other thing we can try to do. So one other thing that I can try to do is make the call on a channel rather than a. All right, folks, can you hear me here? Okay, guys, did you hear for this time? I can hear you clearly. No, they can still hear you. Oh my God, this is getting so annoying. So what was the point of testing? So before the stream, I got the daughter to call me with the same settings, exactly same settings that we have. And then I did like a stream where I could hear her clearly. But then now I'm checking something on Discord again. Let's see. Yeah. Bye Z. On Discord, click the settings, go to voice and video, and make sure output device is the same as OBS. Output device, I thought was same as OBS, but I'll check again. I think where it's going wrong is, like last time I managed to close streamer mode, and this time around streamer mode is enabled. Let me see. Sorry guys, really hoped that this wouldn't be part of the stream. I thought we were gonna struggle a little bit, but didn't realize it's gonna be this much of a hassle, wasting your time and wasting folks' time. Voice and video. All right, try saying something now. Let's see if they can hear you.
Hello, everybody.
Guys, can you hear phone now? Did you hear that? Yes. I think it's working, man. All right. All right. We got there eventually. The problem we had is the auto streamer mode thing. Something happens with Discord, and then it just I think streamer mode enabled means there's quite a few functions that doesn't work. But either way, we got there eventually. So well done to everyone for staying here. Bye Z. Thank you for your support as well, and thank you for being patient, and everyone, thank you for being patient. So officially, after that we gone through all the drama, thank you for being here with us today.
No problem, man. Anytime for you.
Well, good to have you here. Now, what we wanted to talk about today is how did we go in this KvK so far? A bit of an overview about the fights in Tahiti Zone 5. Maybe a little talk about OneV, how they played, maybe talk about things, how we can improve, and also maybe talk a little bit about the KvK mode itself. So at the moment, we're playing Power Up KvK, Heroic Anthem. So what's your call on that for? So what's your impression on this KvK so far? The KvK mode itself.
The first impression, let's see, from this KvK, I think the gameplay is interesting. I mean, we definitely wasn't prepared for a lot of the new gameplay because I did my research, but I guess they did a lot of the new updates. So I think for it's good for the open filter, but the only thing about this that I think is waste a lot of people resources and speed up, because I fought for one day yesterday, 2 days actually. We were fighting in that zone for about like 1.5 and 2 days.
Yeah.
And I spent almost 30 billion of resources to get my 30 million kills. So what that's what that's exactly what I thought. Like, if I spend that much, I'm not sure how like the F2B and the misspender would be, So so what my impression in this KvK is the gameplay is good. It needs a lot of strategy and a lot of new planning that we wouldn't have to do during the old HA, like in the old map and HA.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely something. If you want to try, it's good to try, but then it's kind of hard to try with OneV.
Yeah, now you kind of said it. Now there's that topic that you brought up about the free to play and resources and speed ups. I think I wanted to add to a little bit, because obviously you're a bigger spender compared to me. So you did manage to get to 30 mil kills. So congratulations on that. On the other hand, when I was playing for the day and a half that we were fighting, I only had 4 billion each. And then I think on cards, I spent about 1 billion or 2 billion each. I only managed to get to 15 million kills. And even to get that, I think I used up most of my speed ups that I had. So in a way, it felt like this is not something, this KvK is not suited for free-to-play players at all. This is more of a... basically, what I'm trying to say is this is a KvK that feels like it's made for teams like 60GT and OneV, where it's a smaller kingdom, not many free-to-play players, but all major whales, even though they will have less number of players, but everyone with max tech, unlimited resources, and so on. Would you kind of agree with that? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, I agree.
Because over here, I mean, there's that free-to-play thing where you can do towers. I mean, if you ran out of troops, you have no resources, you can do towers. But we saw from our side, from OneV side, whenever there was towers and stuff done, it doesn't really do much. Like, there's no damage from it almost. Like, the tower thing is not the thing that free-to-play or anyone would be looking forward to, I guess.
No. See, that's one thing that 556 didn't learn. Didn't really learn, because we thought we didn't really need to use it, the zone. But actually, after that was actually one of my mistakes that I will learn after this fucking zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this the arrow tower though is actually very important. It's to block down the movement of the troops. If you have the arrow tower around your flags or the buildings, it will be very harder for the enemy to reach it. That's why and then the arrow tower also attack the city, so it's very hard. Let's say if I teleport next to, like, I want to teleport close to like a flag or a fort, it will cause a lot of problem. So that's why it was harder to burn flags and stuff. So basically, this KvK is the open field is very, very important. So it's like it like an like an OL match. You know what I mean? Like you need to be able to ball up,
Yeah.
move together, and a lot of coordination. A lot of coordination. So it's actually good for for the kingdoms that want to try it. I'm not saying it's a bad map, but it's a lot of mechanics and stuff that I think people should learn and study and do research before they enter this map.
But we are not signing up for this again, right? As in, if we have a normal KvK.
I don't think so. This KvK we signed up due to we thought that it's gonna be easier to understand the mechanics. And also it was for the OL timing because we wanted to get out of the KvK and be ready for the important matches of the OL that we signed up for this KvK.
Yeah. No, that's a good point as well. So viewers, just confirming, Fo was talking about the arrow towers, as in the alliance towers that you can convert into arrow towers. So this is definitely good. When it comes to the other one, as in with siege marches that you bring out, that's kind of useless. Like that doesn't do anything basically. Now, next thing we want to check with Fo is in terms of 1v performance. So 1v, I mean, from a viewer perspective and from the player's perspective, as in the ones that we have been playing in 1556, 1v showed that they're a very organized, very strong team, right? Like, what's your take on their performance?
I didn't expect anything less. I mean, that's the main reason why I chose. Let's go back to the beginning. When we first started, and we knew that 1v 1034 1v they will be in the KvK. I immediately knew that it's going to be our KvK because 1v, if you think about it, they are an OL champion. So the coordination and the organization, because I'm also with top 3 last season for the OL, so I understand very clearly the organization and the coordination that comes along, and it showed very very clearly in their in the zone. Their ball, the way they move, the coordination was, I have to say, perfectly executed. My hat off to them. I really think that they did a really well job. Like they was well prepared. They was very coordinated, and even if we lost, I think we learned a lot from them. So I say hat off to 1v and congrats for them on the winning zone.
Yeah, no, definitely well said. Now, what about 1v's ally kingdom, as in the kingdom that's within their camp, 2386? Some people, especially players from TN and DN who are fighting them, actually call them, they're like a mini 1v. What's your take on them?
I actually fought them too. Myself, and I have to say they are very lucky. 1v, they are very lucky to have 2386 because, first of all, the let me say, there's a lot of factors that came to our loss into the zone. First one of the factor is 2386 being a Korean kingdom also, because that gives them a great advantage on active timing on the time zone. They were basically on the same time, so the activeness was awesome. I seen a lot of activity from 2386. Even though they had 2 alliances, I think they did great themselves. And I'm not sure if 1v helped them or anything, but I think the organization and the coordination with 1v was tremendous. I think that they are also a good A kingdom, and they will be doing very good in the next few KvK. I'm pretty sure they will become a very strong kingdom. So hat off to them also.
Yeah, they played amazing as well, man. So for a little bit, I was fighting through TN, and I didn't see a lot of 1v players there. So 1v, I'm not sure, as you said, whether they were supported in terms of the strategy, but in terms of the fighting, they were pretty much on their own and did an amazing, amazing job. Now, the other thing I want to check with you, I'm sure that as a leader of a kingdom, you're well aware of this. So, you know how there's a feature in the Lost Temple where you can select a language?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
So,
I know.
is it true that if when campmates are chosen, sorry?
Yes.
Oh, it is true?
I know what you asked. Yeah, it's true. If you put your kingdom, let's say if I put 556 as Vietnamese language kingdom, but I know 556 would never have a kingdom with us in the camp. But I'm just saying, if I put like a Vietnamese kingdom, they language, they will try to put match you with another Vietnamese kingdom.
Okay. So that's the thing. So I think 1v in that regard, being a when I say smaller, but by no means in terms of their activity, what I mean is less number of players. But 1v being a smaller kingdoms in terms of number of players and having, I guess, Korean in their language settings is more likely to have, firstly, another campmate, and secondly, most likely they're going to have a Korean campmate, I guess, right? So that's an advantage
Yes.
there.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
But then the next thing that we want to talk about is, despite having a campmate, and so 1v plus their campmates, if you look at the total power ranking, alliance power ranking, that is, if you add up their alliances, if you add up like our five fighting alliances together, obviously we have more power. However, when we looked at the activity side of things, it didn't feel like we matched up well against 1v. What's your take on that?
Activities.
As in terms of the fighting, so we had specific times when we had a little bit of an upper hand, as in late UTC, but throughout the day, the massive advantage that one we had, we didn't have as much activity. That's how it kind of felt like it during, say, the Asian time zone, right?
Yeah, I think time zone the activities was important because they and I honestly think that even at the activity, the whales and the I guess it's more like the motivation because they was I feel like when I fought them they was really motivated in this zone.
Mm.
I could feel that in their in them because and also the timing was very good for the Asian time zone, as you can see that VC was one of the most active alliance because we was mostly Asian time zone.
Yeah.
However, yeah, and other alliances was they was in like for Geo it was like 2 in the morning for them, and then they had work the next day. At DN were European, so it was like 1, 2 in the morning for them, or maybe even later. Um, and yes,
Yeah, that definitely, you're right. That definitely played a role. Now, this is not exactly about this KvK, but a general question about RoK. So, say for example, unless you're like Baba TC, where you probably don't have to work anymore because you're so successful in life, or unless you're 4VN, where I don't know what 4 does for a living, but based on the bundles 4 can buy, I know that he kind of probably doesn't need to work as much anymore. Maybe, I don't know. But then for an average person, I mean, how do you play RoK properly then? Because, say, for example, if you're playing any other game, not like a RoK style game, other type of game, say, for example, FIFA. When you're playing FIFA, you're playing a game whenever you're free. But with RoK, there's like a requirement to come online on weeknights at a weird time. Like, how are people meant to play this?
uh, that's a good question. For me, because I really enjoyed the game and I really love the game and spending spending in this game is something that I enjoy to do. But you can still enjoy the game if you're not like a good spender. You just have to plan out your strategy a little bit better. Because no spender.
Maybe not the spending side. I think I'm more focusing on the time zone side of things. So if you think about the players in Geo 56, for example, you know how they didn't have basically when they woke up, if they didn't wake up 2 a.m. their time, if when they woke up, the KvK is, as in not KvK, but this zone is almost over. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, can you think of a way where I guess KvK can be more Ark-like when a kingdom or an alliance can choose a time to fight rather than having this scenario where, passes will open at random times and you just have to be there. Doesn't matter whether it's 2 a.m. For example, I myself had to call in sick one of the days to be there. So, like, I'm just trying to say that somehow this is very difficult for a casual player to play, timing wise.
If we can have if we have that option, then yeah, I think it would be very nice. But it wouldn't be fair because it's kind of like all the kingdom cannot choose. I think it's impossible for that.
Yeah.
I think it's impossible.
But then that's where Ark kind of comes in, right? So we have Ark of Osiris, we have Osiris League, we now have the Grand Prix, so everything combined. I mean, all the Ark events. That's what Lilith is trying to make into a esports rather than the KvK side of things, because that's more accessible to people from a time point of view, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of Osiris League, what do you think our chances are? As in, how far do you think we can go from 1556, one of the teams from 1556?
For OL?
Yeah.
I'm very confident in us, so hopefully we have a good setup for team. Team is pretty organized, so I think we could be we hopefully we could be top 4. Hopefully.
Top 4 is the aim?
That's what I'm aiming for. Yes.
Okay, top 4 sounds like a good plan. What about Grand Prix? I think that event gets started next weekend or the weekend after, right? Maybe like in 2 weeks?
Yeah, Grand Breaks we actually have a team too, so I also think we will go far. Hopefully. Grand Breaks is a lot of good teams, so I think, but maybe we could be top 4 too. Maybe it will be very fun.
Let's have a look at the Grand Prix teams. Let's see if I can bring it up on screen. Let's see. Okay, we got it on screen now. So the 16 teams, I thought they actually made 16 teams. So there was a link there earlier, which maybe we don't need the game. Maybe schedule. If we click on the schedule, does it come up?
But this KvK now is Cam and WinCam, they ally, right? Did you know that?
Art and as in the bottom two.
Yes, the bottom 2 they allies.
Yeah, that's what. I saw it on Discord, but then that's what we were going from the start, anyways, right? Like, as in, our understanding was because this is what you mentioned in Kingdom Chat, the top 2, the 2 top camps, as in ourselves and.
You want? I send you something.
Yep, let me bring it up. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Discord. So let me see if I can bring that up as well. All right, we're going to look at Grand Prix, but let's look at the picture. This is pretty small. I don't know how I can make it bigger. Open original, maybe they'll load. Yep. So, but then from our point of view, based on what you told us previously in Kingdom Chat, before going into the KvK, we were allied with 1148 anyways, right? So we're still allied with 1148 regardless who else was allied or not. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at that stage, initially we heard that OneV and the 1860 camp, they were not necessarily going to Allied. It could have been a 2 versus 1, which is not the case anymore. Based on what we
Yeah.
can see in terms of the coalition side of things, like friendly and non-friendly and all that, it's basically top versus bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
It's now versus bottom.
Now, one of the things that I heard from a viewer yesterday when we were streaming, someone mentioned that apparently, and they mentioned you, and I don't think it's correct, but I thought I'd check with you anyways, since you're here live. So let's say, for example, when Kingsland opens, it's not like we are not going to be fighting alongside our allies. So what the viewer was saying is apparently if we get to when we get to Kingsland, apparently we are not going to fight with our allies by our side. We're going to fight 1v by ourselves for some reason. That's definitely not the case, right? Like it's a 2v2. We fight with our allies, 1v fights with their allies. Correct?
Well, at first, the KvK was a little bit complicated. I mean, at first they 1V they wanted to. Well, at first they wanted us to give up the Earth Camp ally and give it to 1V to ally. That was the first thing, and then but then we didn't agree to that. We had no agreement to that, and then I told them that we will keep the Earth ally and we will fight them 1v1 in past 5, which we did, and we will fight them in 1v1 in past 6. But that was the situation of 1v not allying with the water camp. It was a 2v1v1. But now they already allied with 2v2, and I haven't talked to 1v yet, so I don't know what's the current situation now. So I think it's all a free for all game now. You know, we can do whatever we want because they allied with WinCam, and it's a 2-2 now.
Okay.
So
to summarize, at the moment, it's regardless of what happened at the moment, it's a 2 versus 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're happy with the 2 versus 2, man. I mean, because fighting 1v and we have allies, whether 1v takes their allies or not, like we have an ally, why wouldn't we use them? That's what my thought process. But anyways, going back to the what's it called? Grand Prix situation. Have you checked out the teams? I just sent you a link with the teams there. Do you know much about these teams?
I know all 16 teams.
Oh, you know all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
I look at all of them.
Okay. Which one do you think has the best chance of winning?
Well, I want VC56 to have the best chance of winning, of course. But
okay, great.
But I think maybe 1V. Maybe 1V. I think after fighting them in KvK and stuff, I think they might have the best chance to win. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, if you had to pick a couple of other teams, which ones they would be? So you got 1V and you got ourselves, as in VC. Which 2 other teams do you think have the best chance? If you had to pick 2 others.
I would think JST is a good one.
Yeah.
They also Korean, and I'm not sure actually. I think there's a lot of good teams.
Hey man, which one is the GT team? GT60. Do you know which one?
Oh yeah, and GT team for sure.
But then, do you know which one is the GT team? I can't tell.
GT team. GT team is. I heard there was like all the best Chinese players in 1960 and 302 and stuff. I think that's why.
Wow.
Yes.
So there are 3 teams. There are 3 teams where it's all Chinese and I can't read them. So it would be one of them then, right?
Yeah.
So one of the viewers said it's the top second. All right, so that's this one, the dragon logo. That's the GT team. Oh yeah, it does say team tag 60 GT. Okay. And there's GT 1V, and then there's two of our teams. That's what you think. I mean, one of ours and one of 1V from our KvK. What do you think about the 1254 team? So they got some really strong players, and from some players I heard that they put a solid team there as well. Do you know much about their team?
No, actually, I don't know much about top 54 team, but they actually, but the top 54, they also a pretty good kingdom with a lot of good players. I followed them many times, so I would be surprised if they go far. I mean, I wish them all the best too.
Mm.
Actually.
No, that's pretty good. We are gonna have that event pretty soon, I guess. Now, last thing that I want to check with you, in terms of fighting in this KvK,
Hold on,
you,
I'm reading the chat right now, and
yeah,
source say like Jesus, you guys still consider win as normal cam? You guys take the N56 and still 86 in normal kingdom? No, I never really thought. I mean, why? Why? I mean, to answer that, I think why wouldn't we consider win as a normal cam? Because they still, I mean, there's still two kingdom in that cam, and then they still count as two kingdom. You know what I mean? So if they're not invisible, so I'm not sure what you're saying there. I mean, if you're in the KvK and you're a kingdom and you have players and you have power, I mean, we should consider you as an opponent, right? So it's not like we can just be like, oh, you guys look invisible and you got a farmer. That's very disrespectful to me. I'm just if I'm recognizing WinCam, that means I'm showing them the respect that they deserve because they are a kingdom with power. If I don't think they if I don't look at them at a WinCam with two kingdom, that's very disrespectful. That's basically saying that they are trash, which I don't think they are. So that's just to explain my situation here. Like I
mm,
think WinCam, WaterCam, they ally. So that's the story. And I did not say anything about WinCam. I consider WinCam as a weak cam or anything. I'm actually giving them my recognition that they are a cam.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
when
Hello,
it,
hello. I want to say something to
yep,
the Vietnamese. Hello anh em Việt Nam nha. Lâu quá không có live. Bây giờ mới live lên chào anh em một tí. Đang nói chuyện đánh cái zone 1556 thôi. I'm just saying hi to my.
yeah, yeah. Man, I think there's a Vietnamese, I mean, a comment in Vietnamese there where they're asking,
Hello.
how come you're not live streaming?
I'm actually very actually a lot of people ask me this question. I want to send my apology to a lot of people that you guys missed my streams. I really appreciate it. Like I missed you guys too, and I wish I could find some time for it. But right now, after the COVID is over, my job returned. So when I play rock, I'm actually play it in hotels and I play it on my travels. So
Wow.
so I travel a lot for my work. So I'm actually not home next to the computer a lot. Maybe I'm home 1 or 2 days a week, and 1 or 2 days I need to spend time with my family. So yes, I'm very sorry that I've been missing out on the stream, but I will find some time to stream. Maybe if I have some time, I will go on. I will stream the Kingland fight.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds excellent. Now, one other thing I want to check with you. Just reading through the chat, there's a question from Ichi, and that's a question actually I wanted to ask as well. So, why 1v ball always win every time we go face to face with them ball to ball?
1Vs always win the fight with us. Is first of all, they have. I can say that their ball have better coordination. That's number one.
Yeah.
I am not going to lie, and I'm not going to admit it. Not admit it. The number one priority is that they have very nice coordination. Number two, and this is I think one of the most important too. is that the tech level of their players is a lot higher than our tech players. Let's say they want in 1v they have 160 player in the alliance, and I am pretty sure they probably have at least 150 people or 155 or maybe 160 with with the best tech that they could have possible by past opening by best five. And in 556, we probably have like 50 or 60 people uh, with the max tech. So
Yeah.
the max tech level and the coordination make a big difference. You know, a lot of people telling me, a lot of people saying that in the media, and I see a lot of people talking on talking conversation about like 556 have six alliances, and they only in 1v only have two alliances or maybe one alliances, but we did not fight 1v by ourselves, guys. We fought 1v plus 2386. And I'm not giving any excuses. I'm just saying that there's two kingdoms that we fought, and we need to give 2386 a lot of credit too because they did very well. And the ball that we lost to 1v is, I have to say that those two reasons that I gave was the best reason. Number one, the coordination of the ball was tremendous, well organized, and I actually learned a lot. So thank you to them. We will hopefully can use the same strategy with them in the next zone. I really hope so. And the second thing is that I think how do I say? I think that their tech level was much better, a lot better than our players.
Well, if I may add, not only the tech level, 1v, most of their players have better commanders and better equipment as well. So I had the unfortunate pleasure of fighting against 1v couple more times in it recently. Obviously lost both of them through fighting through other kingdoms. Lost against twice. So before this KvK started, I already lost twice. So fighting with them, I can kind of tell that, and I spoke with some of them. I saw some pictures from their accounts as well. Everyone has a lot of crit equipment much better compared to what we probably have in 1556 or any other kingdom, and that usually becomes quite apparent when 1v is fighting in Osiris League mid fights, right? So it's very similar,
Yes.
the ball situation that we had compared to Osiris League mid fights. And then one other thing that I may add also and let's see if you agree to it, it's to do with this style of KvK, the blockade system. I have a feeling, and I only played one of this stupid KvK power up, but then in terms of power up, it feels like how the fighting is done, as in you'll have like a line from one kingdom and you kind of have to go against that line, and you're taking a lot of AoE, and because you kind of can't go around in most cases, I think the power of equipment and the power of crystal tech is emphasized a lot more. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, before I answer that, let me read the. So yeah, there's unicorn in the chat. You say you are the biggest kingdom, have the biggest migration. People from your kingdom called the best kingdom, and now you basically complain about tech bitches, bigger players and extra kingdom. First of all, from what I was saying is that I'm not complaining. You know, none of that I was saying was complaining. It was more like the facts and the reality that I faced when I fought them. I mean, I'm pretty sure you didn't fight them, so you don't know. It's easy for an outsider to be outside and say like, oh, we have this and that. We can do this and that. Like you can expect us to like be the best kingdom and everything with low tech, and then with a lot of people. I mean, like we did our best. We will try to do better. But definitely, we are not complaining. You know, I'm just telling you the real truth about what happened in that zone and that what I see in that zone. And I think that maybe once Pass 7 open, we will have a better understanding of the gameplay too, and better tech, and we will put up a better fight. But to answer your other question is that yes, the you have to fight together in this KvK, and you have to move together. Hello, like
Yep. Yeah, yep. I can hear you, man. So
yeah,
I guess the one of the things that a lot of people are kind of pointing out now and kind of did previously as well is um, I think our activity level being broken down into different time zones had a bit to play as well, as in what we were talking about earlier, as in we have different alliances kind of coming from different time zones, and one, so basically we were coming online one alliance at a time, if you want to put it this way, based on people's lives and all of that. But then compared to that, it felt like 1v was very motivated and online pretty much 24 hours straight. So I guess what I'm trying to say is 1v put a lot more commitment, and people that has, I guess, real life pressures can't probably put up that much commitment in terms of activity. So I guess I can fight 4 or 5 hours per day, but I have work, so I can't fight more than 4 hours per day. I can call in sick one day, but I can't call in sick 2 days. Do you get what I'm saying for?
yeah, I understand. No, I think the commitment and the activities in our kingdom is not bad. We have a
Hmm.
lot of people. It's just that I think the timing of this past opening was bad. I
Hmm.
think for Kingsland, hopefully we have a better uh, pa- past opening timing. And
Hmm.
yeah, and I also, the gameplay in this mode is actually it's very tiring because, like I said, people that never play, like people like me, I never play power up HA, so I didn't have the idea of how much speed up and how much resources it actually wasted in this KvK mode.
Yeah.
So that I think that the reason why too, one of the person was saying that we had the biggest migration. Yes, that's also a good thing, but it's also what caused us to have very low resources and low troop because we had a very big migration, and then we had a very big KvK last KvK too, and the KvK before, so our resources are really low for the lower people. And honestly, we were looking for a KvK that we can that we can, like,
Like a recovery
enjoy.
KvK.
Yeah, like we can kind of like have a chill and enjoy KvK,
Hmm.
and I thought this KvK that it's gonna be like, like a good KvK, because I heard that a lot of people tell me that it's like not really too hard. But then but I guess after the updates, because Lilith did a lot of updates, and then after the updates, a lot of things changed, and the
Hmm.
resources and the speed up burn through in this KvK is, I say, it's very crazy. I wouldn't recommend it for
Yeah.
people that have low resources and speeds to enter this KvK. It's very bad.
And then there's that thing about low resources as well. Again, I guess kind of thinking of an average player between two KVKs. If you don't have a lot of farm accounts, you can probably get up to 500 million per resource. That's what you can gather. If you have quite a few farm accounts, maybe you can get up to 2-3 bill, maybe maximum. You can't get more
Yeah,
than 2-3 billion resources unless you're buying resources. And if that's the case, then in this KvK you just don't survive, because this takes up way too much resources, way too much speed ups because of the blockade system, which is annoying. And one other thing that I kind of found annoying was not getting dead troops in this KvK. It's actually harder to get dead troops. That's how I felt. Or did you get a lot of deads for compared to other KvKs?
No, I actually this the lowest debt I ever got in the open in any kind of zone. I got like 3 million debt.
At least you can say you got 3 million. You know how much I had? Like, I'm kind of embarrassed to say. I got 15 million kills, but then when it comes to deads, I only had 340,000. And that's to do
Yeah,
with,
I don't blame you because we can't really reinforce the flag or
yeah,
reinforce any kind of thing. The blockage the
yes,
blockage thing is that you if you surround the flag and you surround the basically if you win the field you win the fucking you win.
you
So
win,
it's
yeah.
crazy. So that's why I think that it's very strong to be to have the field.
And then again, just something that I'm adding to a lot of the comments that I kind of read. So again, this is not an excuse or anything, but then what I think I'm trying to say is 1556 has a lot of players, and I want to say have a lot of active players as well. But then after the first few hours of fighting against 1v, most of our players ran out of their resources and their speed ups because the amount of resources and speed ups that you use in this KvK is unnatural. This is nothing like a normal Season of Conquest KvK. So this is not like the normal heroic anthem. This is not like Strife. Strife and heroic anthem is quite similar. This is the one where you're not getting any dead troops. So lower power players or lower spenders, medium spenders that doesn't use a lot of, I guess, what do you call it? The ones that doesn't spend a lot of money, at least they can feel garrisons and rallies, but this is where we don't have that opportunity. So say for example, when I was playing through my daughter's account for a bit, like I was showing her how to, like she ran out of her speed ups and resources in 2 hours. For first 2 hours of pass opening, she was out. And then I told her to fill rallies and garrisons, and she tried for an hour, and then she got annoyed because apparently she can't ever get to it.
Yeah, I actually trying to fill a flag myself. I couldn't do it. I actually trying this too.
Yeah. So we got a donation from NGERI channel. So I think he's a YouTuber. I actually saw his stream, or not streams, probably videos a couple of times. And Njeri, I don't know how to say his name, but then do you know him? Have you seen his channel?
He actually from 1945. We allied together. KvK. He's a friend.
So thank you, brother. Thank you for your donation. So he got a comment. I will read it out to you. So he's saying, good luck for the KvK 4. Anyway, join 1945 for cheapest RSS available. Joking. Nice streaming, bro. Thank you again, brother. So, yeah, coming back to the KvK, I think the main thing that I would say for I guess leaders of different kingdoms, unless you have a one alliance setting like 1V or 60 GT, where you have a lot of spenders, this is probably not the right KvK to sign up to, and we learned it the hard way. One, obviously not taking anything away from 1V, but then based on their structure, as in that one alliance high spender structure, this KvK mode probably suits them a little bit more than the 1556 structure, where we have, as Fo said, 50 probably high spenders and few mid spenders and a lot of free-to-play players. So for us, I think for a kingdom like us, maybe the Strife or the normal heroic anthem is probably a better suited KvK.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't recommend people with low spender to be in this KvK actually, unless you have like one or two alliance. I think this 1-2 alliance kingdom would love this KvK.
Yeah. For now, we are getting towards the. I know that I told you that we are not going to keep you for very long. You promised us 20 minutes. We're like almost an hour into it, but I still got a couple questions. Most importantly, so we kind of talked about what kind of went wrong for us in terms of this zone. So what do you see us doing differently now that we know what a beast 1v is first-hand experience and the tech and everything we talked about, what can we do differently in next zones that'll give us, I guess, a fighting chance?
Tech. Get better tech. Get better tech. That's for goddamn sure. That's that. No, but of all seriousness, I think that we got a lot of work to do. I'm not gonna lie that this is no longer a recovery KvK. This
Hmm.
is a full hour KvK for us now, and we're not going to take this with a what you call with with a underwhelming approach anymore.
Hmm.
We make a big mistake. I'm not gonna lie. To with the zone, we make a big mistake in our mindset and a big mistake in some of our execution, and we learn. We are human. We make mistakes, but the best thing is that we learn, and we will do better next zone. There are many things that in the plans, many things that
Hmm.
we are planning. We will try to teach our players the new gameplays, and have a lot of things planned up, and hopefully we still have our ally 1148 and 2302. They won the other zone in 2 hours. We
Yeah.
still have our allies. I am so glad that we never gave them away to OneV.
Yeah.
I no, but all due respect, I really respected them, and then I did not want them giving them away because we already promised them we will ally with them.
Hmm.
We keep the promise for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things to do in the next zone. This is not over from 1556 side. This is only the beginning. This is our wake up call.
Yeah.
I would say we need to wake up, and when we woke us up, so we'll be awake in the next fight for sure. Hopefully we will be better, and I'm sure we will be better. There's still a lot to see from 556. I believe in that.
Yeah. No, definitely. That sounds like a plan, man. I know you can't really go into specific details in terms of, exactly what we can do differently, but that does give us a good understanding of, I guess, the fact that we still have a fighting spirit. We got an ally, so we got a fighting chance as well. And so does 1V, but in a way, our ally is doing better on the other side. So that's great. Now, man, I thought I'd remind you that we got Silk Road at 15 UTC. So have you sent your marches? I just noticed Silk Road, so I'm just rushing there now.
Yes, I just noticed, and I just teleported too.
So let's not lose the two easiest gold heads that we can. How far I am? Oh my god! I think I lost. I lost the first two gold heads. So at least we're gonna get six.
Just started. Just started.
Yeah,
Just started. It will be good.
yeah. No, no, I'm
But
going
thank
there.
you for thank you for letting me in the stream. I really appreciate talking on the stream with you, and thank you everybody for showing up, and give latest a like on the stream, and hopefully you guys show up to keep watching his YouTube, man. He one of the best contender I know.
Thank you for that. For well, thank you for being here as well. For now, obviously we stream often nowadays. We are going to stream tomorrow as well in terms of the Arc League matches. So anytime when you're free, feel free to drop by. Now that we figured out how to have you on voice, and next time we are probably not going to waste like the 10 minutes that we did today. So you're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
next time,
Please,
hopefully, we can get
everybody.
Baba as well. Both you and Baba
Yeah, for
together.
sure.
All
Yeah,
good, man.
for sure.
All right. I'll let you be. All the best. And we will look forward to fighting together in the next zone.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye, for. All right, guys. So that was the conversation that we wanted to have with Fo. Now, I was going to read out some of the questions from chat so that I'm kind of asking your questions as well. But then it kind of felt like Fo was reading the chat anyways, and he was answering some of the questions anyways. And then this is not like a one-time thing, so it's not like we're gonna have Fro here just for once and never again or anything like that. So we're gonna have Fro from time to time. So we'll get a chance to ask him again. Now, towards the end of the KvK, when we have Kingsland fighting, he mentioned that he's going to be streaming as well. So hopefully we can be all on that stream and we can ask him questions directly as well. Now that I'm back on reading chat, let's see what you guys have there. Do you guys have any questions for me? I mean, like compared to 4, my knowledge is obviously a lot less in terms of 56 strategies and all that. But I kind of stand by my feelings about this KvK. This is one of those KvK that that is very well suited for bigger spenders, not necessarily for normal people like us. And I'm a medium spender, I guess. Lemo, you can invite Baba also. Don't be shy. Yes, I talked to Baba a few times about coming to streams and all that. And we had that conversation about potentially doing an interview with him as well. And he was very nice and very kind. And he did say, okay. So what we'll do is at a suitable time, we'll try to see whether we can get Baba in to come on stream as well. He actually said yes to video, so I'm sure he'll be fine with stream. Streaming is a lot easier than doing a video, I guess. So I'm sure he'll be here, and we can ask him questions as well. Now, there's a question from Potato that I wish I could have asked for when he was here, but I'm just reading it now. For when is 254 and 1556 round 4? I think. And this is something Fo told me. I actually asked him something similar previously before coming to 1556. And Fo's response to that was, next time when we face 1254, we are more likely to be allies than enemies. So I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. And I would love to see 1254 and 1556 being allied because they had that history, a lot of fighting, and then a turnaround makes just a, good little story. Akmal, can you summarize? I just got on the stream. Yes, I can, and I'll do that in like a sec. Allah, any idea about a kingdom that won a KvK? Got you any idea about a KvK that won a KvK earlier? I don't know what you mean, man. Will there be a surprise from 56? Roki, there wouldn't be a surprise. I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be a surprise from 56 in terms of this zone. So the zone that we just lost to OneV Tahiti. And I don't think there's any point us even trying to get back in there. So I think, as Fo was saying, most of our players are very low on speed ups, very low on resources. You saw my resources yesterday. I was playing out of my packs, so the natural resource, all of that is gone. So there's probably no chance of a surprise attack on Tahiti anymore. So we're gonna wait for the next zone. And that's probably a smarter play. Now, in terms of this KvK and everything that Fo was saying, like if I want to summarize that, and we'll probably close the stream here with the summary, yeah, because now I'm just doing what's it called, Silk Road, and even at that I missed like the first round. Hopefully I can catch the second one and we can get 2 gold heads. But anyways, in summary, what Fo was trying to say is, if you want to look, if you want to analyze what happened here, the first one is 1v structure is a lot better than the 1556 when it comes to this KvK. And when I say structure, I mean 2 things. Firstly, being in that situation where they have probably 150, 160 max tech, high not high, I mean good equipment players, and then almost no free to play players. That allows them to have lower power, and that allows them to have a second kingdom within the camp, which we can never have. That's what Fo was saying, because in terms of number of players, we have like 2-3 extra alliance worth of players. And if you just count the spenders in 1556, there's probably 50 people or so that spends at the same level as 1v. And in this KvK, where there's that blockage thing, and then because of that, there's a lot of open field fighting. Unless you're a big spender, you kind of don't win open field fighting. And I guess at the start, like if you look back at our first stream when the pass opened, we actually had equal number of players on both sides. So activity wise, it started off with the same level, but then I think, like speaking from direct experience through the daughter's account, as I was saying, she was fighting when pass opened. 2 hours later, she had nothing to fight with. And that's because she spent all her resources and all her speed ups, because this KvK, its resources and speed ups that much more compared to any other KvK mode. And that's made even worse by playing against a very organized and very pay to win KD like 1v. So yes, activity wise, if you look at the second stream or the third stream, 1556 didn't have enough people compared to 1v. But if you think about the first stream, you probably saw equal number of players on both sides. And that's to do with those extra players that are free to play, and that plays a big role, more of a bigger role in other KvKs. They don't play as big a role in this power up KvK. So in summary, what we're trying to say is this is a really bad KvK mode for a kingdom like 1556. It's much better suited than 1v. Is that the only reason why 1v is winning? Well, neither me or nor Fo is trying to say that. 1v is a better organized team, with really good strategies, and they outplayed us, and we did quite a few mistakes. So in terms of how we were structuring our balls, how we were utilizing, I guess, the arrow towers and so on, we did make quite a few mistakes. What we were doing was the average KvK strategy, and Fo was kind of saying that as well. So we utilized average KvK strategy, whereas 1v played it much smarter, much better. So they utilize the techniques that you kind of need to use on this KvK to start off with. On stream 1, you probably saw that all of us were using guerrilla tactics. So guerrilla tactics is, do I have it? Yeah, guerrilla tactics is the green one. And we were using that because we thought that if we're using that, then we get to the fighting faster, so less walking time for us. But then the purple one, which is melee tactics, countered the green ones. 1v was smart enough to start using the purple one from the beginning, whereas our kingdom realized that like 2-3 hours later, or 2 hours later, I would say maybe 2 hours later, even though the Discord message went out 1 hour later, everyone kind of started to changing their combat tactics things to purple 2 hours later. Within those 2 hours, a lot of free-to-play players kind of lost, all their speed ups and whatever. So this is more for players like this, and 1v has a lot of this. And 1v again was smarter, making decisions better. So definitely there's quite a few things 1556 could have done better. 1556 played it like if it was a normal KvK, I guess. Anyways, that's new subscriber Shahtaral and Anisa Dan Abil. Thank you everyone for your subscriptions. So guys, what I would say is that's where the summary kind of lies. And I think as much as this was meant to be a recovery KvK for 1556, this was nothing like a recovery KvK. I got like no speed ups. Look at my speed ups. There's like nothing healing anywhere, obviously. Well, there's a little bit, but I get them from normal clicks, and that's nothing. And this is all the universal that I have, which is nothing. So how am I gonna fight? I have no idea. And then it's not like I'm a low spender. I'm pretty sure that I qualify as a medium spender. I had 6 marches as soon as actually before pass 4 opened. So from that calculation, you can kind of tell that it's not like I'm not spending. And if I don't have any speed ups, how would a free to play player have speed ups? And most of 1556, a big chunk of 1556 is actually free to play. Jack, thanks, Ladus. It's a nice, great stream. Jack, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Ahmed, did you know Kingdoms won the KvK earlier? This KvK? No, I actually don't know. So, Power Up, actually, to be honest, Power Up changed quite a bit compared to what it was when it came out the first time, the testing version. This is a bit different to that. But then, no, I didn't follow the first one. I don't know who actually won. Nick, 1556 low tier spenders will be out of speed ups next KvK. Man, we're going to be out of speed ups this KvK. So the only situation that I can think of where we are not going to be out of speed ups is if OneV decides not to fight anymore because they have Osiris League. Like, win or lose, as long as we are fighting 1v, I'm going to be out of speed ups. I can fight for one more day, just one day. One more day, I can fight, and after that, I have no speed ups. Shagla, how you return your RSS fast? So I have 6 farm accounts, and the wife has 2 farm accounts. So today, I went to our farm alliance and I emptied everything from my farms. So at the moment, I have 1.8 bill food, 1.9 bill wood, 2.4 bill stone, and 2.3 bill gold. And yesterday, I have nothing of nothing. And I was using cards. So today, I went to Farm Alliance and kind of did that because I had to heal quite a bit. Because we have Osiris League tomorrow, obviously. Fallen 1556 leadership can sponsor their players' tech. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be nice? That would be nice. But then I don't think I'm gonna be in the sponsor category. They may ask me to be the sponsor rather than being sponsored, so I kind of reject that idea because it doesn't work for me. But wouldn't that be nice? Enric, great explanation, brother. I know the feeling facing 60 GT. 1v built like 1960, all their players max tech and most VIP 18. I burned through close to 70 mil in RSS in 4 hours versus 60. Good luck, man. Enric, yep, we are exactly in the same boat. Like, I had 4 billion resources on day 1, and I was thinking that's more than enough for this zone. Maybe that's enough up until what's it called, Kingsland. Maybe in Kingsland I'll have some shortage, but like one day, I fought like 6 hours maybe on day 1 in total, 6 or maybe a little bit more, maybe 8 hours in total. And all the resources were gone, all the speed ups, as you can see, are gone as well. And then in terms of speed ups, it's not just my speed ups. Like, so Baba is in the alliance. Baba buys a lot of gold chests all the time. So I'm getting quite a few gold chests that drop in the alliance. And then I get a lot of speed ups from there. Even then, I'm out of everything. Nugro 56 have 6 main alliances and they act like nothing. It's like, I don't know how you define main alliances, man. So there are 6 alliances, yes. But then out of the 6 alliances, as we were explaining earlier, there's probably 50 players that are big spenders, like 1v level spenders. And there's probably, say, 100 to 150 mid to low spenders, and rest of them are free to play. And what we were trying to say is this KvK, especially the power up KvK, is really not suited for mid to low spenders. It's only good for high spenders. If their big spenders give every player at least $300, that's a lot of money, man. I don't know whether only if Lilith didn't make it that hard, that's probably a better solution. What's wrong? I guess it will take 846 and JST non-stop war. I guess it will like so JST and 846, that wasn't a power up, that was a strife. Strife is so I was actually in that KvK. So strife is not as bad. What we are trying to say, obviously Crystal Tech in general is bad for low spenders, but then strife or the normal heroic anthem isn't that bad. When you're dealing with that blockade feature, Crystal Tech gets highlighted a lot more than usual. Wing, hello, I'm 1v player. I hear you are sad voice. Hey man, welcome to the stream for 1v. I mean, sad voice. Yeah, I mean, today I probably don't sound as sad, but then the 3 streams on day 1 and day 2 of pass opening, obviously I was sounding sad because I was getting destroyed in the field by you. So yeah. Miss Irene, yo, how come you have been missing for so long? Haven't seen you in like forever on the stream, Irene. Nick, are you excited for 1365 versus all? Yes, man, definitely excited. And this is probably easier to say when Foe is not here. I'm generally more excited about the 1365 KvKs compared to my main account KvKs. Now, it doesn't matter which kingdom the main account is. I like the 1365 KvKs more. And I'll give you 2 reasons behind that. The first one is JST being Korean and me living in Sydney, I'm always online during their prime time zone. So whenever I can fight in 1365, I have like hundreds of players fighting at the same time. So that gives me a more exciting feeling. But when I'm fighting in 1556, there's only VC, the alliance that I'm in with 4. That's the only alliance that stays online during my online time. But majority of 1556 comes online late, which makes my excitement a little bit lower because I'm kind of not the prime time fighter here. So yeah. Wing, I read you are RSS fast gone. Yes, man. So 4 billion each gone day 1, and not just me, as in most of our players, because obviously your team, as in 1v, is exceptionally well organized, exceptionally well how do I put it, coordinated, and obviously Crystal Tech and equipment and all that. 1v is a very strong team, and this KvK with the blockade and all that, it does make it harder for us to survive against like a strong team like 1v. So well done. Can 1556 beat 1v? Okay, so I mean, this is a hypothetical question, and the opinion will vary from people to people. So all I can do is give my opinion. So in a normal heroic anthem KvK, not power up, normal heroic anthem KvK, if it was 1v versus 1556 and no one else, I think 1556 probably would have had a better chance to win, because then the extra players that 1556 has plays a bigger role. However, let's say if we're talking about, I guess, this specific KvK, even if it was just 1v versus 1556, I don't know whether we would have won. I think it would have been a more closely fought match, but not necessarily I can say we would have won. But then like 1v with their campmate, very strong KD, that's where I don't think we can win, and we didn't win. You can see you obviously can see how 1v controls the zone, so we definitely lost, clearly lost. If you're talking about this KvK overall, because we have allies over here who are probably stronger than the allies 1v has, so there's still a chance. I still wouldn't say confidently that I think we can win, but then there's a chance. So that's a long answer. Nick, Nick, I think I answered your question. It's better fun when you are on 1365 last KvK. For me, yes, because the other thing with that KvK is, like, I play a different role. So over here, there's like an expectation, I guess, from myself, from the kingdom, and from you guys as well. So let's look at the, what's it called, Crusader achievements. And let's look at our faith situation. So we're about 15 mil. And that's from 1 day worth of fighting, roughly. That's what I will get. That's not what I will get in the 1365 account. I usually get about somewhere between 8 to 10 mil, I think. So I'm not spending there. I'm not a big player there. So I can play a lot more relaxed in 1365. But over here, there's an expectation that I do well myself, I guess. So KM 1365, this is just excuses. I don't know, man. I mean, I can only share my opinion, but then obviously everyone will have their opinion on my opinion. I don't know. 1556 scared to fight 1v. No, not scared. I think we did fight 1v, and along with 1v, we did fight 2386, and against two strong kingdoms, we lost. So not scared, but fought and lost and sad. And looking forward to next zone. Leave them alone. F2P can't fight P to win. Yeah, that kind of is how RoK is going nowadays. Wing, don't tell me you're waiting for Kingsland. That's a shame. I think Kingsland is something we should wait towards. Maybe, like, why not? Like, why wouldn't we? Isn't the purpose of playing KvK, I mean, getting there, winning this, isn't that the objective? So why should we not look forward to it? So if it was up to me, I would not fight 1v until we have our allies, because 1v has their allies within their camp. So what's wrong with us having an ally and looking forward to Kingsland, I guess. Tony for gaming, lol, come on guys, be nice to LADUS. Hey man, they're not nice to me, never nice to me. Tony P, you lost in less than 2 days. How does blockade make you lose? If anything, blockade help F2P or low spenders, because if they just bring AoE, they will get good value. Tony P, hey man, when hopefully you get to play 1v and 60 GT, 1v or 60 GT in your future KvKs in power up, and then you can relate to it, because otherwise you can't. Because that's what I thought before we started fighting here in this KvK, and it's a very stupid system. This is definitely not free to play friendly. Wing, you're one of the great players, but you seem very sad because you are not playing alone. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm sad, but then, yeah, a little disappointed. You're right. I mean, it was good fun, I think, for like a day. But then the second day, because most of our players got depleted resources and speed ups, so it wasn't, I guess, as exciting on day one. So yeah, feeling a little down, but that happens whenever you lose, I guess. But then I'm not gonna be like a, what's it called, um bitter loser just because we lost. We lost this zone. Definitely there's a still chance for Kingsland. Maybe we'll come back, maybe we won't, but you know, it is what it is. RC, is there any aspect that good father leadership affects your approach in this KvK? That would have been a great question for four. Actually, four replied, blockade, block reinforcements of any kind of flags or forts. Tony P, it's very hard to reinforce if you lose the field. Well, four probably gave a better answer for Tony P. Why did DN1 have a higher gift level than 1V, but we are claiming 1V are more pay to win than 1556? So with the gift levels, like, you know how gift levels work, right? So we got Baba here, but I think Baba is buying like a lot and four is buying a lot as well, but our gift level is 27 only. But that's to do with from the start of the alliance, how long and all that. So I don't know if DN gift level is higher than 1V. I kind of find it surprising, but let's check. Let's see. But then, just to be clear, that's more like a historical thing, right? So DN gift level is 38. Now, DN, most of the players in DN, they came over from 1866, this KvK. So DN players actually have nothing to do with that gift level, because since they came in, if anything, they may have upped it one level, but it was already 37, already at least 37. So DN, that doesn't really mean DN are spending and taking it up to that level, right? So that's probably like the explanation. Okay. What else have we got? Where am I up to? Sork, if anyone lost their field control, you guys have no choice in this mode. Yes, that's exactly right, man. That's how it felt when we were playing this KvK. Nick, each alliance apparently has one time zone on when they can fight. That's a bit of a thing as well. So 1v, I think, like when it comes to commitment, so there's two ways to look at it from my point of view. One of them is, I guess sometimes you can be in a KD where people doesn't like to fight in general, which is actually bad, and which is a kingdom where you don't want to be. So from my experience, 1556, as in watching them last couple of KvKs and playing here now, that's not the case. It's more to do with people having like a life, and in a day being able to fight a couple of hours, especially if it's midweek, because people have to go to their jobs and all that. But then 1v in a commitment level definitely has more, because all their players or most of their players were online throughout. Now, how do I know that? Because I was kind of playing 24/7 on that day one of pass opening, because I called in sick at work, which is what I can do maybe like once per KvK, maybe twice. So I wanted to call in sick once during pass for opening, and I'm probably going to be sick again for Kingsland. But then from a 1v point of view, it felt like all of them were online all the time. But you're right. From 1556 end, we were online more in a staggered time frame based on their time zone, and everyone weekdays, obviously, they have to think about work and all that. So in terms of commitment, 1v definitely had more of a commitment. So well done to them. Is player 1556 a real farmer? Where is the fighter? Is player 1556? I don't know what you mean, man. Nick, do you think that 70 kgm event is real, posted by Flash? Yeah, I saw that. I don't think like Flash posted it, so he's usually on the money. So it's like it doesn't sound right to me, but then if Fleisch posted it and I saw his post as well. So probably that's happening, man. But then I didn't Chizgul post like a 7K gems thing today as well. So I don't know. 7K sounds realistic. That's something we get all the time. 70K is a lot. Nick Mandian as an alliance in terms of spending is a lot is gone now. So I actually, obviously, I wasn't in DN previously, but then I did drop in and out of DN. DN has a few very high level spenders, but it's not the whole alliance, just like our alliance. I mean, so let's talk about the 6 alliance in 1556. So in it, based on the little time that I spend outside VC, I think I would say each alliance probably has about 10 or 15 decent spenders, maybe not more than that, maybe 10 each alliance. And that's based on the gold chest that I see. So I don't know whether the big spenders from 1860 DN came over to this DN over here, or if they have stopped spending as much. As I don't know, I can't really comment. But then I know that outside DN, maybe TN has few decent gold chest drops, but not all the alliances has decent gold chest drops. Wing, 4, can you show me this KvK, how much kills? So 4 hit 30k. He was earlier on the stream and he mentioned he hit 30k kills and 3 mil deads. Wing, that's what he told us. I mean, sorry, Wing, that's what he told us. Nick, Ladus, you should play some champions. I hate that, man. Champions of Olympia, I hate that. I don't know why. I like the other one, though, the one with the boats. What's it called? Sea Battles? Sork, actually, that Lev made by Cookie, but nowadays, no idea what you're talking about, man. Tony P, 4 Gaming, new KDs are definitely in general weak in comparison to the large KDs. I don't think I have seen any 2K plus KD fight well against top KDs other than 1556. Hey man, why? What, Tony P? It feels like you got like issues with 1556. I don't know why you got issues with 1556. I got no issues with you, man. But then if you have like issues, then I guess you gotta find a way to resolve them, because if you're asking like a question, I can try to answer it. But if you're being like a little awkward, then I'm just not gonna read them. Nick, well, your rank reset, so it should be fun. Oh, rank reset. Yeah, I think we can try. Maybe play with Baba. Like, maybe, actually, I don't know. Maybe. Like, when's the time, though? Because, say, for example, KvK here, KvK in 1365, so I don't know how. Mr. Nat TV Gaming. Hey, Nat TV Gaming. Welcome to the channel, man. Mr. Paya. Hey, boss, for I hope to play by your side one day. Greetings from 2591. Well, 4, guys, you should have had those comments earlier when 4 was live on the chat. But I think he's still here. He can still read. How many kills did I make? So that's overall nothing that impressive. Tony, Lars Gaming message you read was for 4, not read meant to be. Oh, all right, man. If you're having like a go at 4, feel free to. I don't know. Like, all I'm trying to say is this is definitely so. At the start of the stream, I don't know whether you were here on the start of the stream. So I started the stream with playing the Germany versus Brazil World Cup semifinal match where Germany humiliated Brazil with a 7-1 score, right? So I was playing that stream because that's how I personally feel like this KvK went so far. As in, we definitely got humiliated by 1v. So there's no doubt that we didn't do as well as we should have. And so far how we performed, kind of embarrassing. And we were kind of trying to analyze where it went wrong, and that's where some of the things that we said came up. So some of it may sound like excuses, but that's how we kind of felt. But then I didn't catch the whole conversation between you and four, so maybe I should kind of not read into it. So it's between more you and four. Kim G, thank you for your subscription. Nick, could you show us your equipment? Mr. Na TV, hi four and LADUS, hey man. Huang Li, hi bro, have a nice day. Well, thank you. Tony P, LADUS Gaming, yeah, I'm rooting for you in KL. No hate. Hey man, thank you. All right, so someone wanted to see our equipment. Now we kind of went over everything that we wanted to see on stream anyway, so equipment will probably be the last thing, and I'm gonna quickly go through them. So this is usually what's on my Pakal. It's on Richard now because I was failing at AoE Barb, so I put some equipment. So this is what usually goes on Pakal. So that's my infantry set 1. TS and Lamba win/lose, big/small, don't really matter if you're having fun where you are at and have a good group of people to enjoy the game with. Exactly, man. So that's a very good comment. TSN Lambao, thank you for your donation. TSN Lambao with $5. Keep up the good work. Thank you for your support. So what Lambu said on the other thing, man, in terms of having fun and all of that, definitely very, very important. So you need to make sure that you're enjoying where you're playing. So as far as I think for myself, 1365 goes definitely a lot of fun, nothing to complain about. Like, and I'm usually a bit high maintenance and I whine a lot, but 1365 I got nothing to complain about. When it comes to 1556, I think I got a good connection with some of the players that are here. Like I love the fact that I can talk to Legend Ronnie, and that's great. Tuan Trin, thank you for your subscription. And then there's Baba, there's Four, there's Saz, and then there's Phantom. So there's quite a few people that I get to talk to, and I enjoy those interactions. I like how they think about the game, how they interact in Discord and all that. So I kind of enjoy that. So whether we lose this or win this, that doesn't kind of make me too happy or too sad. I'm just excited being able to fight, and at the same time, we have been able to stream. Okay, now I'm kind of losing track of where we are. So this is infantry gear 2. This is archer gear, the 3rd archer gear. What else do I have? XY, this is Cav gear 1. This is Cav gear 2. This is archer gear 2. And this is archer gear number 1. So that's all my equipment. So nothing fancy. I think I got 4 gold sets and 3 purple sets. And that's my 7 marches. And equipment, accessory wise, I got 12 gold accessories. I need to get 2 more. And that's where we are at the moment. Nick, do you want to refine your Cloak of Hope? Yeah, Hope Cloak, I want to refine, but before refining, as I was saying, I need to get 2 more accessories done. So I got 12 now. When I have 14, then I know that I have 14 accessories for all my 7 marches, whenever I get to 7 march, I guess. And that's when I can start working on refine. Ragnar, what did 4 say? Sorry, just joined. Hey, man, we're about to close. So you gotta start after the stream, maybe like have a look. So 4 stayed here for about, I don't know, maybe like an hour. And we kind of discussed what are the things we could have done better. ZLRRATM, greetings from 24-33. For many, it's our first season of Conquest, and we were excited to have this KvK. Then 1860 happened. Amen. 24-33. Yeah, but then, hey, look at the upside. There's a good chance you can win this KvK. You know why? Because you're allied with OneV camp at the moment, and OneV is definitely playing very well. They won the zone against 1556, so there's a good chance that you guys can win the KvK. Either way, it's going to be good fun. So nothing to be said about. 307 faced these same KvKs as yours. Yep, 307 had like something very similar when they were playing against 60 GT, right? Yep. Ragnar, what did Foe said? Just, am I reading that again? No. Foe said a lot, Ragnar. So you gotta watch like an hour. I don't think I need to summarize that again because we're actually. You just said summarize, bro. Okay, so Foe said summary again, the shortest version. So Foe basically said that there were a few mistakes that we made that we can fix in terms of our strategies. He obviously doesn't want to go into the strategies, but he admits that we made mistakes. There's quite a few things that we learned from 1v strategies. And the other thing that he said is this KvK mode, it eats up a lot more resource and speed up than normal Season of Conquest KvKs. And because there's a big free-to-play, low-spender base, that player base that we have in 1556, it probably wasn't wise for us to pick this KvK because there's a lot more open field fighting than anything else here. And it kind of suits 1v's style and structure a lot more. So that was the summary, but you can obviously kind of rewind back and watch. Ruthless, hello, Ruthless, good to have you here, man. 606 lore, with this aggressive auto attack, the tighter the murder ball, the better. Yes, definitely, lore, you're right. And it's definitely easier to coordinate 100 players 6 marches than 400 players 3 marches, even if you outnumber them 2 versus 1. Definitely agree with that, and that's what we face. So 1v, when they so in terms of doing firstly, in terms of doing a tighter murder ball, 1v did a much better job. So we were not as organized, and yes, that's to do with how 1556 has more players with 2 or 3 marches that they're fighting with, and a lot of new migrants. So it's not like we are a cohesive team that has been playing together for a very long time, whereas 1v has been doing that for longer. So no excuses. But 1v definitely did a better job in terms of creating those murder balls much tighter, much more coordinated. And that's what you see in Osiris League mid fights. So they could replicate that here. So definitely agree with what Lore was saying. So guys, we have been talking about the same topic for a while now. I think we call it a day here, and I look forward to seeing you guys on stream tomorrow again, because tomorrow we're going to be streaming the Osiris League matches. So we're going to cover the 3 UTC and then the 9 UTC and the 13 UTC, and we have our match at 15 UTC, so I can't cover the 15 UTC slot, but the first 3 slots will definitely cover. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. And we got Foe in chat, so thank you again, Foe, for coming live to our stream and being on voice. We hope to do more of that. And thank you to everyone for your support. Subscribes, likes, and donations, everything kind of helps. So don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.